congratulations on the film. It's a cracking film and
Thank you.
a really strong performance from yourself, obviously.
Thank you so much.
How do you strike that balance between elegance and anguish? Obviously, a lot's been made of the ballet scenes and the physicality of the role, but how do you strike that balance of, like, because there's an actual performance in the face, apart from all just the physicalness and the dancing?
Yeah, well, that was really part of the challenge, because when you're dancing and you're focusing, when you're not a professional, you're just focusing on what you're doing, and all of a sudden your tongue will hang out or your mouth will be open. Everyone's, all the coaches and everyone's like, shut your mouth, and so you need to focus on just not making some sort of crazy concentration face. And then on top of that, you have to act. So, sometimes you have to be really, really confident to nail a turn, but you need to be acting and secure in the scene. So balancing the two demands, the physical and the emotional, is definitely part of the challenge of the film.
And was there as much mental preparation as there was physical? Was that a whole other kind of challenge for you?
Yeah, absolutely. It was really helpful that I got to spend a year with my trainer, the physical trainer, who was a former New York City ballet dancer. So to spend 5 hours a day with her for a year, I got so many stories that were really helpful. And also, I watched documentaries about ballet companies and read a lot of autobiographies. So there was a lot of inside stuff going on with the outside preparation.
It's very much a thriller, but would you describe it as a thriller, a psychological horror? Because it's saturated in a lot of ambiguity. That's
Yeah.
how Darren Aronofsky seems to make his movies.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's hard to categorize, and I think that's why people are responding to it so much, because it's not like anything you've ever seen. I mean, it's surprising.
And how is that type of intensity on set? Because obviously it translates really well to the screen, but when you're on set, after every scene, is it difficult to break away at the end of the shooting day? Did you just collapse into bed and just completely turn off, or did it stay with you?
It's hard to turn off. I don't like to stay in character. I like to just sort of go back to being me as soon as we finish a take, and certainly when I go home at the end of the day. But this one was much harder because there was a level of I had to sort of sustain the level of discipline and focus throughout. And when we would finish a take, I would have to start warming up for the next one so that your body and your muscles don't get cold. You have to constantly stay warm. So we would just be sort of working out all day. And then I'd have to work out before and after work. So I wasn't really, there was no sort of like fun giggles.
And did Darren Aronofsky, did he say this to you when you were lining up? He's like, listen, I know with Mickey we work with the wrestler, he kind of told him beforehand, this is going to be tough, this isn't going to be easy. Did he kind of sit you down beforehand and kind of brace you for the craziness?
No, I think Darren and I have sort of very similar ways of working. We're both very, very sort of disciplined and focused and almost like militant about the way we work. And so I think there was an early recognition of each other. We're like, oh, you're one of those crazies also. And so there was no real warning necessary.
You're moving on to a lot lighter stuff. You've got No Strings Attached coming out next. You've got Your Highness, which looks really, really funny.
Which is shot in Ireland.
Which is shot in Belfast,
in
I was going to say.
Ireland, yeah.
In Northern Ireland. So was that a conscious decision then to go on to something lighter, that you could have maybe a bit more kind of fun on set? Obviously you take the role seriously, but to have that kind of lightness.
Well, I love all different kinds of movies, so I think my interest was really in trying to do different things all the time and try, different challenges. So it was a fun year to get to do all of those different parts.
And did you make it down to Dublin at all, or were you up in Belfast for most of the time?
Yeah, we came to Dublin several weekends. And it was really fun, yeah.
Do you remember those weekends, or were they a little
Oh,
hazy?
yeah. No, I was actually training because we shot Your Highness before Black Swan.
So
I was in training, so I wasn't drinking. I mean, everyone was like, oh, there's Natalie again. She's boring, because everyone was, downing their Guinness, and I was like Miss Goody Two-Shoes in the corner. But having fun still.
Having fun.
It's possible to have fun.
The only sober person in an Irish bar. But before we let you go, congratulations on the Golden Globe nomination.
Thank you very much.
This awards thing, I'm sure it's just going to be crazy at the moment and leading up to the Oscars and the like. Is there any performances you've seen this year yourself that you've really enjoyed, or have you just not had a chance to see anything?
The movie probably that impressed me the most is this movie called Tiny Furniture. I don't know if it's coming out here. But this 23-year-old woman made it in America. She wrote, directed, and starred in it, and it's great. It's really, really wonderful. So that was the thing that sort of blew me away. But there's a lot of films I really love this year. The Kids Are All Right, and Please Give, and yeah, just a lot.
Cool. Thank you for your time, Natalie.
Thank you.
Thanks.